Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Anelka from Civil Engineering Study Program, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. On this occasion, I will present to you traffic generating in Surapati Gasibu Bandung City with a team of research are me, Mr. Juang Aparin, and Mr. Dadang Muhammad. According to the data from the Central Statistic Agency for the city of Bandung in 2020, population growth increased by 0.49%. In addition to the population, the number of domestic tourists also increased by 0.98%. With the increasing tourist and population of the city of Bandung, it must be balanced with the development of transportation infrastructure, especially roads. To find out the projected growth of a segment, multiple regression can be used. This regression involves various variables that are considered to have an effect on traffic growth at the intersection. Research is done by analyzing the data obtained from the field and related agencies. The research location is on Surapati Street, Citarum, Bandung City. The projection needs several variables like annual average daily traffic, the number of vehicles, population, domestic tourists, and gross regional domestic product. The variables taken are sourced from BPS data from the city of Bandung. Traffic growth is the number of vehicles using the road from year to year, which is influenced by regional developments, increasing community welfare, and increasing the ability to buy vehicles. This projection is a mathematical calculation that can provide that the volume of planning hours. The formula was formulated by Iskandar with the equation as shown. Regression is a mathematical equation that allows forecasting the values of a dependent variable from one or more independent variables. The multiple regression equation is formulated as y equals a plus b, x, and etc. Socioeconomic data was obtained through the publication of the Central Statistics Agency from 2011 to 2020, or the last 10 years. The 10-year data will later be proceed to determine the value of traffic growth through the Gasibu area. However, in 2020, there is a data defect that may be a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. So the data for that year is not included in the data processing. In this study, number of vehicles will be the dependent variable. This dependent variable will be used as a generation. Meanwhile, the independent variables are the population, the RTP, and the number of domestic tourists. Traffic data is taken using video recordings from the air to make vehicle calculation more accurate and able to calculate vehicle movement in one cycle. Later, the recording is played back to be calculated manually. The survey was conducted at peak hours in the research situation. The vehicle growth rate in this study is as a prediction of traffic flow growth in the plan year. In this study, a 30-year long-term evaluation plan is set, so that the growth value for 30 years is set from 2021 to 2051 using multiple regression modeling. To find out the relationship between variables, the independent variable must meet the requirements of having a high correlation value against the generation variable, but not highly correlated with other independent variables. From the matrix, it can be concluded that the correlation between variables is of high value, so that it can be used for data analysis. Furthermore, multiple regression tests were carried out for all variables. The regression equation obtained is shown with a magnitude of r squared is 0.885. Because the value of the t-score of x3 is below 1, is considered to have no effect. Then the regression is carried out again without including the x3 variable. We regenerate the regression without x3 and the result is shown with a magnitude of r squared is 0.898. This means that without including the x3 variable or CRTP, the value of r squared becomes larger and highly correlated. This equation is used to project the number of vehicles in the planned year. The value of t in both variables is still greater than 1, so the equation can be used. The result of the ANOVA test on the multiple regression equation are presented in the table below. Significance f value is less than alpha 0.05 and calculated f value is greater than f table, means that the resulting model is very significant. To find out the number of vehicles in 2051, it is necessary to know in advance the projected number of residents and domestic tourists in 2051. Simple regression analysis is carried out for each variable by entering the value of x into 2021 and 2051. A large number of residents and tourists are presented in the table. After obtaining the magnitudes of the variable x1 and x2 in the survey and plan years, the magnitudes of y are obtained in 2021 and 2051 using the multiple regression equation. The magnitude of y in 2021 is 1,978,462 units, and in 2051 is 4,023,204 units. It is found that the growth rate is 2.39%. The result of projected traffic flow on each arm of the year 2051 are presented in the table. The generation model of the movement of traffic flows through the Simpang Gasibu in Bandung City is shown on the screen, and traffic flow through the Simpang Gasibu in Bandung City is a value of 2.39%. Finally, that's the presentation I can deliver. First of all, thank you to International Conference on Mathematics and Science Education 2022 Committee and the Civil Engineering Study Program. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.